welcome. Thank you for joining me, Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. Oh, I think it's working. Yeah, I think it's working. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you coming here today. So today we are talking about blocking confrontation with confidence and ease. Oh, this is a goodie. So I would love to know if you're here live. That would be super awesome. Or if you are here as a recording. Hang on. Experiencing performance issues. Try closing applications or browser tab. I don't really know how to do this. So let me just bear with me as I try and figure this one out. Fingers crossed this works. Fingers crossed this works. I love it when it says that stuff. So let me know if you're here live or if you're here on replay, and where you are in the world will be super exciting. So that was my confrontation with my Facebook. So today we're talking about blocking confrontation with confidence and ease. And first I'd like to say that it actually depends on your surroundings of how you handle things, because each situation can be different for what's going on around you. So today you may react different if somebody says something or does something to you. Today you may react different to yesterday or last week. So just be aware of that, because there is no structured set pattern. Today you're going to deal with this. This is how you're going to deal with it. Last week it might have worked, the same method. This week it may not. Because it really depends on your sleep patterns. It depends how you slept last night. It depends on your eating, what you've eaten. If you've eaten a lot, or if you've eaten less, or you're not feeling well. It also depends on your emotion and your mood. So it depends on what's going on, as I say, around you, what's going on, your surroundings, of how you handle things today to how you handle things differently. The other thing is a real major one on how you react is your past stories. So something may have happened that you're dealing with right here, right now, in a past story. When I say past stories, in the past. So it may have happened to you, or it may have happened to a friend, or you may have watched it happen, maybe on TV, on the news, or read it or something. So depending on all those emotions, it depends on how you're actually going to block that confrontation with confidence and ease. So once you know those things, to me, it gives you a little bit of, oh, okay, I can deal with this now, how I deal with it. So don't get so fixated on, this is what worked for me last time, this is how it's going to work for me this time. So I just want to really reiterate that be careful of what's happened last time to what's happened this time, depending on your sleep, what's going on, how much water you've got, if you've got a headache, or any of those things, depending on their emotion of what's going on. So you can't predict what's going to happen. You cannot predict what's going to happen. And when I say that, it's really important to be aware of that, because we may think, oh, we know what's going to happen. And that is due to our past stories. So you cannot predict what is going to happen, but you can be prepared. So when I talk about being prepared, you can be prepared, but you don't ever want to be over prepared, not OTT, over the top prepared, but you definitely want to be prepared, but you can never be too prepared, if that makes sense. You can never be too prepared for what's going to potentially happen or not happen. But personally, I would rather be prepared in certain situations than not, because then I can handle it a different way. So I'm going to give you some don'ts, and these are really important to think of right now when you are looking at blocking that confrontation, or dealing with confrontation, or handling confrontation, whatever you want to talk about confrontation. So don't be an a-hole. Now we know what the A stands for. Don't be an a-hole. It's really important not to do that. It's really important, don't fight with fight. Because if someone's coming at you with fight, you can't go back with fight. It's just not worth anyone's time, energy, emotion, whatever it is. So don't go back with fight. So don't fight with fight. Don't take on their stuff. Don't take on whatever they're going to throw at you. Don't take it on. Don't catch it. Don't take on their stuff. No, 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 no. Don't say things you will regret. We know those ones. Don't say those things that you'll regret. Wow. And suddenly you get this different tone in your voice and out it all comes. So don't also do things you will regret. So not just say, but we know words and actions are very strong in everything we say and do. So be careful of what you are going to do action-wise. So don't do things you're going to regret down the track. Now, I can definitely take you out of shame and guilt. I have an amazing tool for that. But do you really want to be investing that time into that shame and guilt when there's more inspiring things to deal with? So watch what you say and watch what you do. In saying that, don't bring up old stuff. Don't go, well, 3 years ago, you did this, this, and this. And because of this, I'm now having to deal with it. Or 5 years ago, you said this one thing to me. And out comes all this old stuff, this all emotion that you don't even know that they've been holding on for 5 years ago because you're completely oblivious to this stuff. So be aware that your old stuff is your old stuff and it must stay behind you. Behind you. So in saying those don'ts, I'm just going to say 3 words now. Don't, and don't. Really be aware of those. So now we can move on to the more inspiring things about how to handle it. So I want you to set your intention. What is your intention? What is your intention of getting this message across? What is your intention of listening to them? What is your intention that you have right here, right now, in dealing with that confrontation? So go to a moment when you were having to handle confrontation. Go to a specific moment, and these are going to help you look at where you dropped the ball, where you didn't drop the ball, what worked, what didn't. Because I'm sure when we went to a moment before, when I was saying all those don'ts, there was times you're like, oh, I might have done that. Oh, I might have done that. Yeah, I possibly did that, possibly did that. So we've gone out of the don'ts. So what is your intention? It's really important to be certain about your intention, but not be cocky. So don't be elated. This is what I want. This is the outcome I'm going to have. This is my expectation. None of this swinging your wanger around. None of this crap. Be humble. Set your intention and be certain, but don't be an a-hole. Remember, I'm sure I said don't be an a-hole somewhere along the line. The other thing is to respect yourself. And it's really important to respect yourself during this situation, because when you're dealing with confrontation, if you don't respect yourself, you are going to come off second best. And as you know, in confrontation, there's people trying to get a win and there's trying to get a lose, but the key is to actually have a win-win in all situations in life. So remember that you are you and respect yourself, and you are incredibly valuable in this world. You're very important, so remember that. However, respect them. And do you know why I'm saying respect them? Because they are just as valuable. Now, you may not see that they are valuable. You may be frustrated with something that's going on or whatever it is, but they are just as valuable as you are in their own way, So be aware of that. Be aware that they are just as valuable to you as you are in this world. So not only do you respect yourself, you're respecting them. When you think about this, it's really important to pick a time that's suitable to discuss. Now, one of the things I've always said to people is, for parents or who are looking after children, is don't say things that are going to be dropping on children just at bedtime. Don't go doing that, because then they'll lie in bed and they're going to think about all these things that are going on. So be careful of your timing of what you're going to say and do. So pick a suitable time that's agreeable to everybody when you're going to discuss this confrontation or whatever it is. And it may not start as confrontation, but it may end in that. So be aware of that. So every person wants to be seen and heard. Everybody wants to be seen and heard at some time in their world. So you do, I do, they do, all the people around that, everybody wants to be seen and heard, acknowledged. And that's where it comes down to that respect. So be aware of that, everyone. So when you speak, you're going to speak from the heart. From this, you're going to speak from the heart. If necessary, you might want to take a big deep breath before you speak, as long as you're not hyperventilating yourself. So just speak freely, speak from the heart, and express. Now, when I say express, I'm saying don't voice it. Don't take in a deep breath and let it all out. And that's voicing. And you're on the bandwagon, away you go. So express what you'd like to say. Speak, take that deep breath, pause, and speak from the heart. It's really important to be honest and transparent when you speak, because if you don't speak from the heart and you're not open and transparent, physical symptoms will come in and will knock you off course. So if you're getting headaches, if you're getting neck pain, if you're getting any physical symptoms that are going on in your body, there's some stress that's going on within you that you're not speaking up, that you're holding on, that you're not being transparent enough. So be honest and transparent. Your physical symptoms will knock you out of course if you're not careful. So be honest, transparent, speak from the heart. Do you think they're achievable? Do you think they're things that you can do? I'm going to say the answer is yes. So once you have said this stuff, it's done. Once you've said it, it's done. And when I say it's done, it's done. You don't have to do it anymore. It's done, 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 done. We've left it at that. We're moving on. So be aware it's done. When we say it is done, do I need to say it again? It's done. Leave it. That's it. Done. You don't have to revisit it. Please don't revisit it, because there's nothing worse than someone who's going on and on and on about something. You said it once, move on. As long as they hear it. As long as they hear it. Because I am one who will speak, but if I think they haven't heard it, I'm just going to say it again and again and again until they have heard it. So if you hear someone say something, acknowledge it. Just go, okay, I've got it. Or I've got it, I don't agree with you, but I've got it. Or I hear you. Just acknowledge it so that then it can be parked in that person's mind. I hear myself talking to myself here. I can hear it already. These are incredible notes for me. So, if you're going to revisit it, I'm just going to say, if you are going to revisit it, it's really important to tell them you'd like to revisit it. And that is about picking a time when to revisit it. Don't just drop it on them. Pick a time that suits them both, you, them, anyone else that's part of this, and then revisit it. The other thing is, their reaction is not yours to hold on to. Their reaction is not yours to hold on to. And it's really important to think about that, because people will throw things at you and you'll either cling onto it and attach it, and you'll have sleepless nights, or you'll have whatever. So be aware that their stuff is not yours to hold on to. Their stuff is theirs. That is their life, their lessons, their past stories, whatever it is they've got, that is theirs to deal with. You are here, right now. This is yours to deal with. If you need to, you can walk away. You can definitely walk away from whatever's going on. However, don't storm off. Remember, we're sitting in our heart. Don't storm off. And when you walk away from this, tell them you're going to come back and address it. Just say, look, I'm not feeling 100% on this right now. I would like to go away and I'll come back and address this. Or can we park this conversation till later? I'd like to come back and talk about this. It's okay to say that. It's okay to walk away. As long as you're not storming off, it's okay to walk away and come back when you can both talk about it. Because there's nothing worse than one person having it unresolved and one person not. But you must have a suitable time that you can both talk about it. And when I say walk away, I'm not meaning run, okay? The other thing is to protect your energy bubble. If you're going into a confrontational space, protect your energy bubble. Have a truth and a belief and a trust that you are actually safe walking into that environment. Because if you're nervous, apprehensive, worried, bringing in emotions, you're going to bring those emotions all in with you. So protect your energy bubble. You can do amazing things around your energy bubble. You can wrap yourself into a bubble and just go, okay, I'm walking into a situation that may be icky, whatever it is, and just protect yourself in an energy bubble. You can wave a magic wand around yourself. You can feel yourself putting a beautiful Harry Potter blanket around you, whatever it is. Just protect your energy bubble, because your energy bubble is incredibly important, just like theirs. And I'm going to wrap it up with one last thing. And the one last thing I'm going to wrap it up with is put your hand on the heart and believe and trust that you are setting your intention for the highest and best for all concerned here. You're speaking from the heart. If you wobble, it's okay. But you're human after all. So hand on your heart, breathe in and step into that confrontation, because you'll actually discover when you do all these little tips that I've given you, it's not going to be confrontation at all. It's just going to be a conversation. And it's really important to change that confrontation word to conversation. So I thank you for joining me here today. Let me know if you've got any tips or anything you'd love to me to talk about any other time. Incredibly valuable that you've joined. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. See you later. See you next week. Bye.